Howdy, y'all. It's Reese, aka Bearman Prime, on this April the 7th. Welcome back to my Read the Bible in a Year series. Thank you again for joining me. Card in the top right hand corner for the rest of the playlist, and please hit the like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you stay caught up. Alright, so yesterday we saw the consequences of David's sin when he committed adultery with Bathsheba, a woman who was already married to somebody else, and then ended up having her husband killed in battle indirectly by him. And so, as a result, the baby that was born to them originally was dead. It died after a week. But then after that, we saw the birth of David's next son, Solomon. Solomon will become an important character in this story. So we're going to continue on in the book of 2 Samuel, going to chapter 13 today, and we're going to learn a little bit more about some of the other children of David. And this is this next story, it gets pretty dicey, so fair bit of warning here. So let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 13, starting in verse 1 today. David had a son named Absalom. Absalom had a very beautiful sister named Tamar. Another one of David's sons, Amnon, was in love with Tamar. She was a virgin. Amnon wanted her very much, but he did not think it was possible for him to have her. He thought about her so much that he made himself sick. Amnon had a friend named Jonadab, son of Shemaiah. Shemaiah was David's brother. Jonadab was a very clever man. He said to Amnon, "Every day you look thinner and thinner. You are the king's son. You have plenty to eat, so tell me why you are losing weight. Tell me." Amnon told Jonadab, "I love Tamar, but she is the sister of my half-brother Absalom." Jonadab said to Amnon, "Go to bed. Pretend you're sick. Then your father will come to see you. Tell him, 'Please let my sister Tamar come in and give me food to eat. Let her make the food in front of me. Then I will see it and eat it from her hand.'" So Amnon lay down in bed and pretended to be sick. King David came in to see Amnon. He said to King David, "Please let my sister Tamar come in. Let her make 2 cakes for me while I watch, and I can eat from her hands." David sent messengers to Tamar's house. They told her, "Go to your brother Amnon's house and make some food for him." So Tamar went to the house of her brother Amnon. He was in bed. Tamar took some dough, pressed it together with her hands, and cooked the cakes. She did this while he watched. Then Tamar took the cakes out of the pan and set them out for him. But he refused to eat. He said to his servants, "Get out of here! Leave me alone!" So all of his servants left the room. Verse 10. Then Amnon said to Tamar, "Bring the food into the bedroom and feed me by hand." So Tamar took the cakes she had made and went into her brother's bedroom. She started to feed Amnon, but he grabbed her hand. He said to her, "Sister, come and sleep with me." Tamar said to Amnon, "No, brother, don't force me to do this. Don't do this shameful thing. Terrible things like this should never be done in Israel. I would never get rid of my shame, and people would think that you are just a common criminal. Please, talk with the king. He will let you marry me." But Amnon refused to listen to Tamar. He was stronger than she was, so he forced her to have sexual relations with him. Then Amnon began to hate Tamar. He hated her much more than he had loved her before. Amnon said to her, "Get up and get out of here." Tamar said to Amnon, "No! Don't send me away like this. That would be even worse than what you did before." But Amnon refused to listen to Tamar. He called his servant and said, "Get this girl out of this room now and lock the door after her." So Amnon's servant led Tamar out of the room and locked the door. Tamar was wearing a long robe with many colors. The king's virgin daughters wore robes like this. Tamar tore her robe of many colors and put ashes on her head. Then she put her hand on her head and began crying. So, this goes back to what Nathan had prophesied to David after he had committed adultery and the other sins he had committed. Told him that God was going to bring trouble on his house, and this is the start of that trouble. There's a reason why the chapter begins by telling about Absalom. Absalom's going to become another prominent figure that we're going to learn about here in the next few days. But as you can see, not a great story about Amnon and Tamar. But we'll see what happens and the consequences of that as we continue the story tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me. I sure do appreciate it. I'll see y'all tomorrow.